Let's just get into it. Okay, make sure you guys can hear.
This is a time-lapse of the Voyager 2 probe's approach to the most distant planet in our solar system, Neptune. The background noise is composed of various internal radio and software sounds broadcasted back to Earth, along with the pictures and video of the planet. When I was much younger and saw Neptune for the first time, my first thought was that of an oceanic planet. After all, its dark blue hue and its white clouds somewhat resemble an aerial view of the Pacific Ocean, and it's even named Neptune after the Roman god of the sea. So it's easy to picture how an imaginative 5-year-old could come up with that conclusion. But of course, that's not actually what Neptune is, and the reality of it all is much scarier than what my little kid self ever could have guessed.
Scarier than the ocean?
Neptune isn't an ocean
scary
world.
Neptune,
it's an ice giant. Far.
Would you say? Wait, scary Neptune, oh my gosh. That's so funny, actually. Wait, what did you say?
From Neptune isn't an ocean world. It's an ice giant.
Not
far
ocean.
from something like the planet Hoth.
Please turn on CC. I got you. It's probably auto-generated. Yeah.
Star Wars or Sarpedon from Star Trek. An ice giant is basically identical to a gas giant, with the only real differences being their size.
That's Space Engine. That's Space Engine. I'm 99% sure that this shot is Space Engine.
Elemental and chemical makeups of its chaotic and deep atmosphere, which means you have
what would
a planet
Elu be in the solar system? It's supposed to be like Pluto. I can't hear it. Is it too quiet? I have it on max. This video just might be quiet.
I am shivering in my bones.
I mean, yeah, it's an ice giant. We're cold. Shivering in my bones.
No solid surface
is that better
to
or not?
speak of anywhere. It's just layers upon layers of thick, cold, and increasingly darkening pressurized gas. I don't remember how young I was when I first learned about the true nature of gas and ice giants, but I remember exactly what I felt. Fear. And I remember my thoughts.
The captions.
It's uniformly racing with the same
Appreciate
exclamation. Space is terrifying.
Wait, does anyone in chat, do you guys have astrophobia or no? K Rizzy, thank you for the follow. I used to, no. Yeah, I don't either, but I've heard that something, like if you saw my astrophobia video, some things can be scary. Astrophobia sucks. How does liquid death taste? Exactly like water.
Even now, as a 20-year-old, gas and ice giants are planets that can easily put me on edge. Even just by simply looking at a picture of one of these massive worlds, I feel an overlooming presence of intimidation. After all, they aren't given the label of giant for no reason. And for me, Jupiter is the very epitome of this feeling. If the planet Earth were to ever hypothetically careen towards and impact a planet like Jupiter...
I think this is also Space Engine. You can tell because the way that the water recedes from the land, this was like kind of a bug in the game. Also, I think his atmosphere is turned off, or wherever this clip came from. Anyway.
We wouldn't even be given the dignity of going out with an explosive asteroid-like collision. We would simply just be burnt up in and swallowed
Type
by
1
Jupiter's
if I got you.
large atmosphere. And swallowed
You got me. I'm so scared.
Necessarily
I think all these clips are from Space Engine, I'm pretty sure. Anyway, sorry.
Appropriate way to describe it either, as our planet
it's like 50-50. Space is mesmerizing, can be wonderful and scary at the same time. I kind of agree with that. Like, I think it's really beautiful, but obviously, like, if I was out there, it would be scary. But like, looking at a picture of a thing doesn't scare me. Oh, the video share, we tried to whitelist. Was that a YouTube link? I think Teddy might have been able to because he was a mod. We were trying to make sure that links went through. It might still show up for the mods. So, Hostile, can you see if you can still see the link?
I need new underwear. Gas to scary.
as long as you can still approve it, Hostile, it should be fine. Or can you, like, does it show up on the sound alerts thing? Hello, what's up, PJ Gamer TV? I'm turning off the link blocks. Yeah, we have an auto mod that blocks links. So see if you can here. Look, I'll see if I can still approve that. Oh yeah, it still shows up. Oh. Bruh, no, do not. No! That was what. Were you the one that was trying to make me play that for 10 hours on my, or an hour a couple streams ago?
Content warning stream per chance.
That'd be fun. Me and
likely just
Hostile
be
were playing it
absorbed
yesterday.
and coalesced into Jupiter's metallic, liquid-like lower layers. There'd be no evidence that our planet ever even existed. We'd just be erased from the cosmos. And touching on that subject,
after playing a lot of Universe Sandbox, combining stuff with Earth, it's so crazy how Earth could just like go into Jupiter and just be gone. It's like it just gets absorbed, and then all of Earth, everything on Earth is just gone.
a bit is the fact that these planets have no definable surface to speak of. This, in my mind, makes gas and ice giants the most alien worlds that can possibly exist. As strange and mysterious as worlds like Venus and Mars can be, at least they have a ground that a human could actually...
Cube? Did someone redeem it? No, no one redeemed Cube. You guys just want Rubik's Cube stream, don't you? No, no one did Cube! You guys are distracting me. These are all from Space Engine.
Technically stand atop of, but here there is no familiarity to speak of.
Is that scary
nothing
that there's
even
no
remotely
surface?
terrestrial. If you ever were to manage being caught in Jupiter's gravity to the point you ended up falling towards the planet, it'd likely be a terrifying and intensely anxious death, as you found yourself becoming engulfed in clouds for miles until the light from the sun became snuffed out and you plummeted endlessly in darkness until the
That's
pressure...
like we watched the falling into different celestial objects video. Gas isn't scary, but falling into a gas giant, I think that would be scary. Stargaze, yeah, we have Stargaze. He's a very thinker voice. I agree.
So high that your body popped like a bug in a fire, and even if you
why were you popping?
I am changing my diaper.
Body popped like a bug endlessly in darkness until the pressure became so high that your body popped like a bug in a fire.
Would it
and
pop?
even if you had some special sci-fi suit that let you survive in such high pressures, you'd still eventually find yourself being smothered and burned alive in a white-hot global sea of liquid metallic hydrogen. And Saturn is no different. Don't let the beauty of its rings fool you. This planet is every bit as violent and inhospitable as Jupiter. Even more so, actually, as wind speeds in Saturn's upper atmosphere can clock in at over 1,000 miles per hour. Speeds high enough to easily kill a person.
Spooky,
in fact,
scary
storms on
scare.
Saturn have been charted going so fast.
Saturn! Wait, go back.
What's Saturn's upper atmosphere?
The wind speeds are higher?
Over 1,000 miles per hour.
You would burn out before you die from the pressure? Yeah, you probably would. What's the temperature? Well,
enough to easily
like
kill
on Jupiter,
a person.
how long would
in
you
fact,
survive?
Storms on Saturn have been charted going so fast that they're able to race around the planet and meet their own tails before they have a chance to dissipate. And of course, these storms and global deep formations of clouds are what give our gas giants their iconic looks, and are what lend greatly to their terrifying aura. The most
I see what he's saying about falling into these would be scary, but it's like things can be scary if they kill you without, like, I'm not scared of planets, but I would be scared if I was falling into the planet. You know what I'm trying to say? So
boo.
Oh, someone did a video share. I think it still works with the links, even though it's not showing it in chat. You would die in less than a second. Well, it depends on how fast you're going, right? Thank you, Pluto the Real Planet, for that media share. It's like how you can see something like let's say you're at a zoo and you're looking at the lion in the cage. I'm not scared of the lion until I'm in the cage with it. That's like how I feel with planets. Like I'm not scared of the planet looking at it because like we're never gonna...
spooky lll lwlellwlwlwlellell.
Thank you for that. It's like, and you're never gonna fall into a gas giant, so that's why I'm not scared of it. You know what I'm
famous
saying?
of which is Jupiter's Great Red Spot, a massive
That can be a heart
cyclonic
attack.
hurricane that has been known to exist since the 17th century, but has likely existed for hundreds or even thousands of years before that, and could quite possibly be a permanent feature of the planet. A
The
storm so
text-to-speech
large
was a
and
mistake.
deep that the
I know
planet
you regret adding this.
Yeah,
Earth
maybe.
wouldn't even fill it. And even when looked at up close, its layers of clouds are challenging
think
to
the
tell
Great Red
apart
Spot
with
is
the
so cool.
unaided eye. More troubling for me, however, is the large hexagonal storm constantly raging atop Saturn's
that one's
North Pole.
cool.
Without saying a word, I'm going to show you a few very real close-up images of this massive storm taken years back by the Cassini space probe.
Oh, I think this is really cool. I don't think this is scary. Just looking at this storm is really cool. Clouds,
This last picture in particular sends chills up my spine, and is somewhat hard for me to look at without feeling anxious.
That kind of looks like an eyeball. Like,
It
Me when the
actually
video
feels like
assignment
I'm
requires 300 words.
me when the video started Christ
staring into an abyss. The
I mean, yeah,
vortex
this
like
video's 30
layering
minutes.
of the many rotating cloud
That's like how
layers.
all of these like video essays are though. Like I swear, I'm not trying to like hate on video essays. I feel like almost always they're way longer than they need to be. They could shorten it by half and you could still get all the same content. But some people like the chill kind of vibe of them.
and the seemingly almost unaffected cloud layer
looking at you.
residing deep at its center just illustrate the sheer mass of atmosphere that Saturn is. But as terrifying as the vast, complex, endless clouds of the gas giants can be, the inverse of them is equally as such. This is Uranus. No, not Uranus, not Eurectum
Eurectum.
even. Say it with me. Uranus.
The
Possibly
correct name is Uranus. Did the storm one not work for text to speech? Your channel points have been refunded. Oh, because of the delay or something?
the most ominous appearing
The
of all.
official name is Uranus. Uranus pronunciation. Yeah, look, Uranus. How do you read it?
Uranus,
But the official it is Uranus,
Uranus,
but they always say Uranus because then it doesn't sound like anus. But I like the official pronunciation.
all the planets in our solar system. Whereas Jupiter, Saturn,
sorry.
and Neptune are all
Nitpick.
filled with swirls of cloud belts and pockmarked by storms, Uranus is near uniformly a teal color, with only a few
Saturn jump scare. Wait, what's that video from? That's a funny video. I don't want to fall in Uranus. I already did. I already know what this is like. It still sounds like urine. That's true. Because like Uranus sounds like your anus, and then Uranus sounds like urine us. Which chat jump scare.
visible cloud formations in its seemingly tranquil atmosphere. Its own belts only obviously visible when looking through different spectras of light.
That's
but
a
of
cool way to
course
see
this
Uranus.
planet is anything but tranquil. Every bit as inhospitable as the other gas worlds, Uranus hosts a large gaseous atmosphere and intense wind speeds. And to add insult to injury, Uranus is the coldest planet in the entire solar system, with an upper atmospheric average temperature of negative 350 degrees Fahrenheit. So if
Fahrenheit.
intense winds and pressures don't
American
kill you,
over here.
it'll likely be an intense case of hypothermia. And finally, after Uranus, we reach the outermost planet, Neptune. Sorry, Pluto. What bothers me most about Neptune, more so than its
Don't
deep
say
blue
sorry.
color and darkened storms, is the sheer amount of
cold,
mystery
no.
surrounding it. To give you an idea of just
Like
how
cold wind, you die of hypothermia. That is a little scary. I'm scared to die of hypothermia, but I'm not scared of Uranus.
remote Neptune is, the average
Wait, didn't he
distance
start with Neptune, or did he just that was his intro, and now he's like actually talking about it?
between the Earth and Saturn is the average distance between Uranus and Neptune. That's about 1 billion miles worth of what is just about empty space, just to cross into a single planetary system. It's so far removed from all the other planets that it's only ever been visited once by the Voyager 2 probe, and likely won't be visited by humans again for quite some time. Even Uranus in recent years has had the privilege of being talked about in regards to probing missions, but not Neptune.
Probing
And although
Uranus.
great work has been done in regards to Neptunian
Sorry.
exploration by the way of Voyager 2 and several space-based telescopes, Neptune still holds a great many unknowns. For me, this picture will likely always be what comes to mind when I think of Neptune. Seeing the deep blue hue of its deep atmosphere amidst the backdrop of space is akin to seeing a face in the dark of the corner of your room late at night. Unknown, foreboding, almost too unreal to comprehend. Pure and paralyzing fear. Far, far removed from the oceanic-like world that resided in the imagination of my younger self.
That'd be way cooler if Neptune was all water instead of gas. I hate when NASA probes Uranus. Same, yeah. What the Sigma? Exoplanets are cool. Don't say you can probe my anus. Is this supposed to be scary? It's supposed to, yeah, it's supposed to like highlight why people have astrophobia.
It's
With
hard
some of
for
it,
me,
I get.
as someone who's only ever lived in the
Look, all of this is Space Engine. I wonder, did he get this? Is there a description? Oh yeah, look. Oh yeah. Please support the, footage for this video is captured using the game Space Engine.
21st century, to imagine a point in time where the idea of planets beyond our own solar system was actually debated upon. In fact, the knowledge of their existence
Merry
is
Christmas.
relatively new.
It's time to rename Uranus. The 7th planet from the sun has an absolutely ridiculous name. Your anus? Come on. Even if you try to avoid calling it your
Yeah, I think I've seen that. And he says, avoid calling it Uranus, call it Uranus, and then it sounds like urine us. I think I watched a video where the reason it's called Uranus is because it's translated and like from French or something. Calvin, can you mew? I'm always mewing. No, exoplanet, no. I know.
As the
Why
first
my anus? Best one.
confirmation of an
French.
extrasolar planet, or exoplanet, didn't take place until 1992. Literally the same year Wolfenstein 3D came out. Prior to that, the
Is that
realm
related?
of alien planets was relegated to scientific debate and the ponderings of philosophers as far back as ancient Greece. And yet, in the mere 30 or so years we've been looking into exoplanets, we've already made numerous mind-warping discoveries that give hope to, and in some cases surpass, our most fantastic fantasies. Earth-like terrestrial worlds, some with surface water, and some twice or even 3 times as massive as our own planet. Worlds with superheated steam atmospheres, oceanic worlds with seas possibly as deep as hundreds of miles, and worlds where the rain is potentially made from diamonds and even glass.
Yeah,
Or
I mean, like after going through Space Engine so much, there's like every possible planet that you could think of exists somewhere because there's just so many
wait,
different planets.
glass rain in deep oceans?
Dude, did you know that 63 Earths could fit inside Uranus?
Excuse me?
Yeah, the outer planets are huge, man.
Oh, please, pronounce it Uranus from now on.
Tomato.
No one says
Although
Uranus.
when it comes
I
to
feel like it's worse to say Uranus because then it's like you're acknowledging that Uranus sounds weird. So if you just say Uranus, then it's like if someone thinks that's funny, then that's on them. You know what I'm saying?
Planets, there's little that can be
If I
definitively
unfollow, refollow, would I get free chips? No, you don't get any.
proven, given the vast distances between us and them. We've nonetheless discovered worlds that can be described as nightmarish, even hellish. One of the first to come to mind is a planet known as Tres 2b, orbiting
I've heard of
within
this
the
one.
Tres 2 binary star system. Beyond the fact that the planet is likely a gas giant larger than Jupiter, which makes it terrifying enough, the planet is thought to be the darkest ever discovered. Despite being the first planet in line to orbit its host star, Tres 2b reflects less than 1% of all the light that hits its cloud tops.
Wait, how do
Mama
they
Chip
know?
says she wants to see Winston.
Mama Chip says she wants to see Winston. Bruh. All right, he's sleeping. I'll go get him for you guys. He can sleep over here. Mad? Yeah, look how mad he is now because of you guys. He's pissed. Maybe he'll sleep here. If you were to hypothetically get a telescope, hypothetically, how much hypothetically would you pay for it? I don't know. I'd probably get a pretty good one. Yeah, here's Winston. He looks a little tired. He's mad that I woke him up. I'm gonna put him back. He just likes to sleep all day. That's literally all he does. All right, sorry I woke you up. They just wanted to see you. Break his setup. No, Winston, don't. Don't give him ideas. All right. He and Hostile have that in common. Have what? Angry? Kiot. Don't say Kiot. All right.
Quite literally blacker than coal.
Oh yeah, I was
and
saying,
give the
how
light
do they
that hit-
know how much light exoplanet reflects? They probably do have some way of knowing. If someone in chat knows, let me know.
its cloud
Thought you had a telescope. I had one at my parents' house, but it wasn't very good.
tops.
Always wanting to sleep. True.
That's quite literally blacker than coal. And given its
Blacker than
proximity
coal?
to its star,
That
the
looks
planet
pretty bright to me. Silva 0908.
is estimated to have an average atmospheric temperature of over 2,900 degrees Fahrenheit, meaning that in between its
So it's
dark
super
black
hot
cloud
and
tops,
black.
there's likely a deep dark red glow emanating from the planet's interior, and for all we know, it's the only thing distinguishing the planet from the backdrop of space. The best way to describe such a planet can be done in one word: hell. But even deadlier still is another hot and hellish world known as HD 189733b. Man, they should really start naming these places. A hot Jupiter world
Yeah,
where
why
the
don't they
wind
name
speeds
them?
can reach an estimated 8,700 miles per hour. But beyond its temperature and intolerable wind speeds and noxious gases, there's something far deadlier and something far more unsettling.
What
The
is
clouds of this gas giant are laced with silicate particles that coalesce into shards of glass-like material, and this material is propelled
Green's
around
glass.
the planet sideways at speeds many times over the speed of a bullet. I don't know about you, but as someone who finds even
That's
paper
crazy.
guts to be
Okay, wait.
extremely
That's
upsetting,
kind of crazy.
the idea
It shoots glass sideways faster than a bullet. How do they know that? How do they know? Search Rickroll, totally not Rickroll. J1407 Beachers my PTSD, the big rings. Good thing I'm not leaving Earth. Yeah, that's the main thing that I have with Astrophobia is these places
Boogie woogie bang bang. Let's go. Buddy
Oh, boy.
buddy boom boom. Hey, boogie woogie bang bang. Let's go. Buddy buddy boom boom. Hey, boogie woogie bang bang. Let's go. Buddy buddy boom boom. Hey,
How long is it?
boogie
Thank you for how it got cut off.
idea
I
of
don't think that was the end of it.
high-speed
What was I saying? I was in the middle of saying something and now I
even
forgot.
paper guts to be extremely
Oh yeah. It's scary, yeah, but you're never leaving Earth. I skipped it. Thank you. That was so long. So like, it's just cool to me because I'm never gonna have to deal with that, you know?
upsetting. The idea of high-speed, sideways falling glass storms really gets under my skin, quite literally. But moving away from the already established terror of gas giants, terrestrial exoplanets are no stranger to being horrific places to find yourself stranded on. One of the farthest known exoplanets to exist is a planet known as, Jesus, OGLE 2005 BLG 390L B.
What? Wait, what is it?
BLG
Ogle 2005
390
BLG. That's
L
why are
B.
they so long?
Holy Jesus.
Spaceship, can I set music? We'll probably stream a little more after the video. I don't think we should play songs.
Thankfully, I won't have to continue calling it that, though, because many simply refer to it as Hoth. Located near the galactic core at over 21,000 light years away,
At Kitsune
Hoth is believed
Foxy021 wants to know if you have a telescope.
No, I don't have one right now, but I'll probably get one.
to be what is known as a super Earth type world, as this rocky planet is about an estimated 5.5 times the mass of Earth. Its surface temperature is one of the coldest known, at about negative 370 degrees Fahrenheit. Its massive surface is likely to be completely frozen, and possibly even snow-covered, with frozen water, methane, ammonia, and nitrogen making up both the physical ground and possible precipitation. But beyond the many terrestrial and rocky worlds we've discovered, whether tidally locked, molten, frozen, or whether they be Venus-like or possibly similar to Earth, none terrify me more than the ocean world. While places like the beach are extremely fun,
why did the ocean worlds terrify you the most?
Don't scare me in the slightest.
We gotta hear him out.
I also admit that if I were to ever find myself floating above, say, the Mariana Trench, I would undoubtedly feel...
Oh, it's because he's got thalassophobia. He's afraid of the big ocean.
An overwhelming sense of terror and an adrenaline-filled need to immediately escape the water. That's why, despite their familiarity and their possibly human-friendly environments, ocean worlds fill me with this primal sense of unease and make me shiver somewhat in my own skin.
He's saying that these are scarier than the glass planet that literally shoots bullets of glass at you?
Also likely why games like Subnautica have such a powerful attraction for a lot of people, including myself. The idea of a planet out there somewhere right now being so alluringly hospitable, yet so immensely unchartable and mysterious, dangerous even, is a chilling thought. Like some sort of potential cosmic trap set especially for mankind. One of the most promising candidates for such a place is the exoplanet Gliese 1214b, often just referred to as the Water World, a super Earth-type planet located at a relatively close distance to 48 light-years. It's believed to be made up of a global liquid water ocean, with an atmosphere made up of hydrogen, helium, and possibly water.
I actually don't know. How accurate, like when NASA's like, this planet could have water on it, how accurate is that? Or are they just literally making stuff up? Yeah, I live there. It's not that bad. Spaceship, play it, please. Oh, Subnautica? I've played it before.
Water vapor. If our, admittedly limited, data about 1214 is correct, then it's likely that this global ocean at its deepest points reaches all the way down to the planet's own core. And cool. I'm just saying, if I ever found myself over an ocean trench that deep, I'd likely just drop dead of a stroke-inducing panic attack. It's a horrifying combination of both astrophobia and thalassophobia, the fear of seas and oceans. The idea of a planet's core being right beneath you, even if visibly cloaked by hundreds of miles of dark water, is such a horrific thought that I feel anxious just thinking about it. It's even somewhat akin to the very same fear that I have with gas giants. However, even beyond staring into the deep abyss of an ocean that's touching a planet...
It's like fear of like big open spaces, or like the fear of having stuff under you that you can't see. I think that's like where the thalassophobia comes from. Gas. When text-to-speech restock, it's 30 seconds. So it should be in stock, I think.
And its core. The
spaceship, let's play Guarding Phone. No, I cannot play that on Twitch.
Mind races with ideas of what the planet's global marine environment might consist of. What vast networks of both shallow and deep trenches and reefs must exist on such a planet? What sort of underwater ranges and canyons could possibly be discovered and charted? And the most eerie question of all, what sort of life could you expect to find? With how deep and extreme an environment this global sea must be, we could only ever imagine how horrific and alien-like any life forms on 1214 could possibly be. On Earth, the deepest known ocean depth is only about 7 miles below the sea, and life even at just that distance alone becomes unimaginably strange and unearthly in appearance. To think of what kind of life could possibly exist hundreds of miles below the sea, or even just a couple dozen...
sticker on your mic? It's available on spaceshipyt.com. A good sticker. I have a couple other stickers on there too, if you want to get one.
Miles under at that. The mind races with possibilities of what horrors could possibly be lurking in the dark depths.
I feel like bro is manipulating me into thinking planets are scary.
He's gaslighting us into thinking planet. He's giving us astrophobia. Oh my. It's been a minute, no restock. Hostile just did it, so I don't know if that affects it. Is there a limit per person? I don't think there is. Maybe you got banned from it because yours got muted. He's trying. Yeah. Okay, guys, please, it's just a video. Don't get too scared. I know that it's scary, so just know it's just a video.
We live at an amazing time in regards to astronomy. We now, more so than any other time in all of human history, have amazing and unparalleled access to viewing outer space. And with cutting-edge tools such as the Hubble and James Webb Space Telescopes, we have become spoiled with the amount of information that's available and is still being actively gathered on exoplanets, far-off galaxies, and grand sweeping stellar natural processes. And in this zeitgeist of frontier information gathering, it seems many people have forgotten and even find boring something much closer to home, our own solar system. With how much time has passed since we first started to really observe the planets up close, and with how many observatories and probes we've constructed to gather images and data of these strange worlds, you'd think there'd be little left for us to discover. In reality, however, these places are still as much a mystery to us as anything beyond the Oort cloud. As stated,
It said James in a web because Spider-Man got him. That's not how that works.
earlier,
The fear of long. Is that really the name of it? Hippopotamonstro sesquiped adeliophobia. So what is that message you just sent? A fictional dish. Is that the longest word or something? A fictional dish. Oh, it's not real then. Not real. The moon is not cheese. Glad we're learning.
Neptune has only ever been visited once in all of human history. In fact, much of what we know about the ice giant comes from the 1989 flyby made by the Voyager
Thank you.
probe. So Neptune, despite being within our own solar system and being 4 times wider than Earth, is still to this day one of the most unknown objects in such close proximity to our planet.
Is this guy obsessed with Neptune? He started with Neptune and talked about it when he was talking about ice giants, and now he's talking about it again.
applies as well to its largest moon, Triton.
Oh, okay,
An
we're talking about moons
arguably
now, never
more
mind.
intriguing world than Neptune itself, Triton is one of the great moons of the solar system, coming in at 7th largest at a diameter of
Triton
about
is like never talked about. The only moons that I feel like are ever talked about are Jupiter's 4 main moons, our moon, and like Titan. I never hear about Triton.
1,680 miles.
Bro, it's a Neptune fetish.
Yet despite its size, to this day, only about 40% of its surface has been mapped. When Voyager 2 made its approach to Triton in '89, it discovered a moon far removed from a gray and desolate dust-covered rock like our own. Cryovolcanoes, active geysers, and frozen lakes were all spotted across Triton's icy surface,
Pretty cool.
as well as thin layers of clouds in its upper atmosphere. Triton also plays host to a unique type of terrain not known to exist on any other planet, cantaloupe terrain. Large
Cantaloupe
stretches of land crisscrossed by grooves and fissures, giving rise to Triton's iconic and majestic appearance. However, more so than looking pretty, these fissures, on top of the presence of geysers and an apparent lack of meteorite craters, are all pieces of evidence that suggest the existence of a large subterranean ocean that is consistently renewing the moon's surface. An ocean that could very well be in contact with the moon's mantle, leading to the possible presence of thermal vents, which, like on Earth, would result in a warm and mineral-rich sea for life to arise in. Needless to
You
say,
know how crazy that would be? I feel like if
Triton was actually a dwarf planet, but it was trapped in Neptune's gravity, so it became a moon.
that's cool. That's cool. I think like in the next 50 years, they are gonna either prove or disprove that there is life on moon's oceans. Because there's like a couple moons that could have oceans. You know how crazy it would be if they found life? That would be insane. I hope they do.
I
We'll see.
hope that someday we'll be able to return to the Neptunian system. If not for Neptune, then certainly at least for Triton. But
I thought this guy was scared of space. Why is he talking about he wants us to go
Neptunian
back?
system. If not for Neptune, then certainly at least for Triton. But while Triton as a whole is a very unique place, it may well shock you to hear that the prospect of habitable subsurface oceans is not something solely present on Triton. In fact, these oceans may very well be quite common across the outer solar system. Triton isn't even the prime candidate for this possibility anyway. Europa, one of the 4 Galilean moons of Jupiter. Up until the arrival of the Voyager probes in 1979, Europa, like all of the other Jovian moons, was completely unknown to us. Its appearance, its exact size and mass, and its chemical makeup were all things we had little to no information about. But what exactly was found surpassed all of our wildest expectations, and has led to a decades-long interest in finding out more about this small moon that many might consider more intriguing than its own host planet, Jupiter, because this is the most likely candidate we know of in the entire known universe to be another world that hosts life. When first looking at Europa's surface, you're confronted with a vast gray and white landscape with reddish and brownish cracks and fissures crossing all over the surface. A surface composed mainly of water ice. And underneath this hard as granite icy terrain is very likely a planet-wide subsurface ocean, partially or entirely in contact with the moon's believed to be hot mantle, leading to the very real possibility of thermal vents providing minerals and heat to this massive ocean, creating conditions similar to how the conditions were within Earth's own seas when life first arose on our planet. It's a prospect that's so probable and widely believed in that it's a popular subject within science fiction, particularly the well-made party indie game Barotrauma, a game where you and your friends go around in a custom-made...
Why, I bet I got you.
Oh boy. You know that quarks are the smallest known things? Yeah. What, strings and string theory? Dude, if I had chips, I would send that. The sun is a deadly laser. I think, like, wouldn't that be so crazy if there was, like, intelligent life just, like, living in Europa? They got, like, mermaids down there. They're just like,
submarine underneath Europa's surface,
Just
completing missions for various European political factions that range from hunting down monstrous alien sea creatures and raiding hostile submarines and deep-sea stations. While for now in the year 2023 such a concept is total fiction, games like Barotrauma could one day become a reality for any possible European colonists. And with NASA's Europa Clipper and ESA's JUICE missions right around the corner, we may very well have answers to Europa's life question within our own lifetimes. And if it does turn out to be there, even in the most microbial of forms, it will no doubt be a massive change to the human condition.
Yeah, even if
all the annals of
even if they just found, like, bacteria, that would be crazy. How do you get more chips? Watching will give you chips every few minutes. I think like 20 minutes, there's a bonus thing you can click. But if you're subbed to the channel, you get a multiplier. And the longer you're subbed, the higher the multiplier gets, I'm pretty sure. But if you're trying to do text-to-speech, you can do it with bits too. It's like 100 bits or what's it? 200 bits or something. But if you're subbed, you can get it for just 10 bits.
Of human history, while the pharaohs reigned over Egypt, the emperors over Rome, and all the wars and battles waged that shaped our very existence as humans, there was, on a distant snowball just 500 million miles away, a completely unknown and mysterious alien ecosystem chugging along, none the wiser to everything we've ever done or accomplished. A lesson in humility if there ever was one.
I mean, that's true, but that's also just on Earth that happens. He's saying that on Earth, we would have all not even been thinking about European life, but it's not like we're thinking about deep sea life back then either, which obviously existed. But it would be cool to find life on Europa. If you're my favorite, you're my favorite romantic. Wait. Is the captions picking up in the song? It thinks the song is saying thank you? There's a ghost in the video. That's scarier than anything else we've seen so far.
For as shrouded in mystery as extrasolar systems, our own heavenly neighbors, and all the other celestial objects of our galaxy can be, they all combined can never even hope to hold a candle up to the enigma that is the very universe itself. Our universe is so large and is so old that it goes beyond scale. The observable universe on its own, from a human perspective, is a seemingly infinite distance across, and is likely still only an extremely small fraction of the size of the total universe. Even if humanity is guaranteed billions of years to continue existing, and is guaranteed the opportunity to spread out across our galaxy, colonizing new planets and inventing wondrous new technologies, we could never even hope to ever have a chance at answering every question the universe throws our way, even at the most local of levels. For me, some of the most attractive objects in the sky are the galaxies of our own local galaxy group. Our local group is made up of at least 80 individual galaxies, many of which being small dwarf galaxies that orbit around the larger ones. Out of all these galaxies, the Milky Way is the second largest at an approximate diameter of over 100,000 light years. But even for such an incredible size, it's shown up by the first largest galaxy in our group, the Andromeda Galaxy, which is over 200,000 light years in diameter. An object so large and close by that it's easily visible to the naked eye at night, and has been known to exist since at least the Bronze Age. Little is actually known about Andromeda outside of its more general details. However, one very interesting thing to note is the possible discovery of an extragalactic planet within the Andromeda Galaxy. Now, much of the evidence is debated upon, but it is possible that we've in the past discovered an exoplanet around a star in the Andromeda Galaxy, a planet called PA99N2. If it really exists, it's likely around 6 times as massive as—
You can't say L Milky Way Andromeda on top. We all live in the Milky Way. We are all on the same team.
Jupiter. Personally,
Dude, I'm in that photo.
I'm somewhat doubtful of its existence, but it still is interesting to think of the idea that we may someday, possibly even within our lifetimes, be able to decisively detect exoplanets outside of our own galaxy. Galaxies are massive structures. The scale of just one of them is beyond human comprehension. 100,000 light years, 200,000 light years, what do those numbers even mean? They're so
Very
massive
big.
that we can't even properly picture them in our minds. We already mentioned our own local galactic neighborhood, but as you zoom out, the scale becomes much more terrifying. Our own local group is itself a small part of a larger clustering of galaxies.
This feels like propaganda. It's like the opposite of the flat Earth videos. It's like propaganda, but it's real.
The Virgo super.
I'm voting for Spaceship. Nothing can change my vote. Western
A
president.
large structure composed of an estimated 100 local groupings, containing about 100,000 individual galaxies. But Virgo is itself only the tip of the spear of an even grander structure, the Linacia.
You're so right, actually. This totally feels like everything he's saying is true, but I could totally see a video made exactly the same way, talking about some conspiracy. And the pacing and everything would be exactly the same.
Supercluster, a structure made up of not only Virgo, but several different smaller superclusters, groupings, and terrifyingly, voids. One of which apparently the Milky Way is a part of, which is chilling to think about. So Linacia is huge, right? So huge, it seems hard to come up with anything you could further zoom out to see. But the scale can still get bigger, much bigger. Linacia itself is only a small fraction out of a large structure known as the Pisces-Cetus supercluster complex, a type of galactic filament. Aside from just the intimidating and kinda badass label of filament, galaxy filaments are scary in their sheer size. As far as we could tell from the confines of the solar system, filaments are the largest known structures to occur within the universe, or at least the observable universe. Massive as they may be, scientists are still able to somewhat map their size from the lab. And for me, what is to be seen is beyond uncanny. It's almost as if I'm looking at a picture of Earth's night side and not the largest structures in the universe. Filaments are, in fact, so large that we can't even be sure that some of the ones we've discovered even exist, as they seemingly destroy our understanding of how large universal structures can possibly be. No more is this apparent than with the Hercules Corona Borealis Great Wall. Again, scary but badass name. Sounds like the name of a metal album. If it really exists, then it is the largest structure ever discovered in the observable universe by a landslide, residing 6 to 10 billion light years away from the Earth. The Great Wall is approximately 10 billion light years across, meaning that light from one end of the structure takes about 10 billion years to reach the other end. For comparison, the estimated age of the universe is around 13.7 billion years old. It's an object so old and redshifted that it's detectable only by a phenomenon known as gamma ray bursts. Intense energetic explosions shooting off gamma radiation into space at the speed of light, detectable even as far as 13 billion light years away, which, hold the phone, is an incredible thought in and of itself. The farthest known gamma ray burst, GRB 090429b Catchy, was recorded at an approximate distance of 13.14 billion light years away from Earth. The margin of error notwithstanding, that would make this single cosmic event only about 600 million years younger than the universe.
Yeah.
As the energy...
So he's saying that the way we see it, it's very young in the universe, which is really cool actually to think about how some of the things we're looking at that are that far away
needed
so
over
because that's just when their light's hitting us.
13 billion years to reach us. It's so old that it's essentially guaranteed this GRB has long since gone cold. Its energetic jets and hot accretion disks snuffed out billions
You should watch a flat earther versus scientist on stream one time. That'd be
years
funny.
before their signals ever even reached us. The energy we record from it today is just its ghost, an echo from a distance and bygone era of the universe's history. That really is the real crux of the matter, right? For me, it's the universe's most cruelest of properties. Distance. The scale of the very universe itself, and the disheartening time it takes to traverse it, even at its fastest known natural speed. It will always play against us, and whatever else that may live within it. Even if you woke up tomorrow and light speed travel had been perfected, and all the moons and terrestrial bodies of our solar system were colonized, it would still take 4 years to reach the nearest star, Alpha Centauri. And even if, over the course of countless generations, we managed to colonize the entire Orion arm of the galaxy, a human on one end of the arm could never in 100 lifetimes hope to meet someone else from the opposite end. And even if we colonized our whole galaxy and saw firsthand all the wonders there were to see, and solved all of the mysteries of the Milky Way, leaving our own galaxy, if that's something even possible to do, would essentially be a restart to human civilization. Any colonists who would arrive in Andromeda or Triangulum would have no contact with the Milky Way, and for all they know, humans in the Milky Way
What the Sigma? Oh boy.
could be entirely gone anyway. Any mysteries they're met with would be solely their own to bear.
It is
Our
interesting
own
to think
existence be damned. But maybe that's the point. Despite our timeless and beloved stories
Like, yeah, if even in our solar system, like if humans colonized Mars,
massive space battles,
they
heroes
could talk
and
to
villains
each other, but they're never gonna like actually interact.
and
'Cause it takes
galactic
months and months
political
to get between
struggles.
them.
Maybe the point of our existence in space, if there even is a point to it, isn't to play politician, nor to fight in epic battles, nor to create a vast and connected spacefaring empire, but is
Would be cool,
instead one of redefining ourselves. To find all we can possibly find, and know all we can possibly know with the little time we have left. To try our best in making space, our universe, less terrifying.
Wow. Wow. All right. There was a jump scare. All right, what'd you guys think? I thought it was pretty well made. I mean, I'm not an astrophobe, but he did bring up some cool points. You know, to think about. Just space in general is crazy. More YouTube vids where we're just reacting now. Yap too much, bruh. If you would like to go support him, channel is Elmo Sanchez. He's giving me permission to watch it, so don't worry.